So how much will it cost you to replace the battery in your electric vehicle? One of the most common concerns that buyers have on EVs is replacing the battery at some point. And electric vehicles don't have an engine or transmission, but they do have a battery, which may be a source of future repair or cost. And batteries degrade in what's called calendar aging. This is an excellent article from Recurrent, which is a good source for EV technology news. And the batteries degrade as they're charged and discharged, and also the speed at which a battery deteriorates is determined by how the battery is taken care of. So two identical vehicles driven the same amount of miles might have one battery last longer if the charging cycles were handled better by the owner, meaning that they didn't discharge it down to zero all the time, they didn't drive it in hot weather, they didn't charge it in cold weather. So there's a lot of factors that go into it. So when you're looking at a used electric vehicle, you want to make sure that in addition to the condition of the vehicle itself, that the battery is also evaluated to see what remaining life is available. Because here's what you might be facing if you're looking at replacement batteries. This article goes through several different vehicles, and they range from a couple $1,000s all the way up to $20,000, $30,000 for some vehicles. And it really depends on the battery design and how available that separate battery units are. For example, on the Hyundai Ioniq, you're talking about $2,000 to $3,000 for a battery. For a Volkswagen e-Golf, which is a similar size car, you're talking $23,000. So you want to make sure you understand what you're getting into with a battery replacement. And sometimes you can buy these used on eBay. There's some batteries that sell, or some people that sell battery packs that are lightly used that can be put into an existing vehicle. You may also find that some vehicles that have had damage to the vehicle might have a battery that can be recovered. If you need additional parts to replace the battery, sometimes that adds to the expense. Sometimes you can't just swap out a battery. You have to change body panels or electrical connectors. Here's a couple examples of real-world battery costs. This producer of this article found a battery for a BMW i3 for $2,000, $2,500 on eBay. But then again, there was a new battery for the same vehicle that was $16,000. So finding a used replacement battery can save you quite a bit of money. New car dealer for Chevrolet quoted $16,000 for a battery replacement plus $870 for labor. This is a labor-intensive process. You may be able to find one used, but you still have to pay for the labor and find somebody who's willing to do it. Unlike fixing brakes or shocks on a internal combustion engine vehicle, there may not be a lot of mechanics that will be willing to put a battery in your vehicle if they're not a new car dealer. They may not have the know-how to do it, and you might also have to reset some computers. Here's one that the Chevy Volt remanufactured battery pack for $6,000 from GreenTech. GreenTech is a company that's refurbishing these batteries for clients. Last but not least, the Hyundai Ioniq replacement battery has an MSRP of $2,853. So that's a new battery from the dealer for $3,000. So there's a big range on battery cost. Either way, you want to make sure that you're evaluating your vehicle purchase to make sure that the battery in the vehicle you're buying is not needing a replacement. Otherwise, you don't have an electric vehicle, you have a doorstop.